State University student government recently voted to cancel an event on campus hosting an Israeli actor who is a former Israeli military soldier.
MSU student government described the event as ignorant and harmful to Palestinian, Arab, and allied students on campus. Since then, multiple Jewish student groups have come out to voice their frustration, calling it anti-Semitic. News 10's Jaden Hawkins spoke with student groups from both sides.
Welcome to Theaterland was the title of an event at Michigan State University that has now sparked strong emotions across campus. Emotions so strong the Associated Students of MSU passed Bill 6218, calling for the cancellation of the event, stating it creates an unsafe and exclusionary environment for Palestinian and Arab students. Welcome to Theaterland invited an Israeli actor and former Israeli Forces soldier to campus to discuss the theatrical scene in his home country. Robin Huey is the executive director of Hillel, a Jewish group on campus. She says the bill is discriminatory.
All Israeli citizens are manually conscripted to serve in the IDF. And so saying that he can't come and he can't speak because he served in the IDF is basically silencing all Israeli voices, and it's discrimination based on national origin.
And says the Jewish community is being silenced.
They're trying to silence Israeli and Jewish voices. There's no other reason why, diversity, equity, and inclusion would matter for everyone unless you're a Jew.
MSU sophomore Abe Jafar worked on the bill and says discrimination was not their goal.
Obviously, believe in freedom of speech. We don't want to diminish any, student-led voices on campus. Our main concern right now is that, the university here at MSU has adopted a stance of neutrality on the issue.
He says having any representation of IDF soldiers on campus is hurtful to some students.
And platforming individuals that have served in the Israeli Defense Forces when people of Middle Eastern background, MENA community, Arab community, have had family and friends directly either harmed or killed by the Israeli Defense Forces is very insensitive in a way, and it also diminishes their voices.
In East Lansing, Jaden Hawkins, News 10.
The bill was passed on September 11th, but Jafar says ASMSU can't actually cancel an event, and it still took place as scheduled the next day. Huey says Hillel will continue to advocate for its students and may not collaborate with other student groups if bills like this continue to be passed.
Now to